What is your position on economic migration or immigration? To immigrate from the land of Muslims to the land of non-Muslims for economic reasons is haram. To go temporarily for business, you go and you sell and you trade, etc., and you're involved in dawah in the process, or you go for a certain amount of education or for medical treatment, things like this, is permissible. But just to go because life is better there, yarhamkallah, which is the common situation for many, unfortunately, many Muslims in the West today. They emigrated because they wanted to get a piece of that American pie, or the British pudding, or whatever. This really was a haram hijrah, and they are reaping today the results of that mistake. They're suffering, communities in these areas. Of course, for those of us who are born in these lands from parents who emigrated here for the wrong reasons, then we have to look into our situation. If we're able to work for the sake of Islam and the Islamic community and these kind of things whilst we're here, then alhamdulillah, one may do so and continue the struggle. But if one finds that one cannot practice Islam properly here, your Islam is threatened, you are weakened by the environment and all these other kinds of things, then it is obligatory to emigrate, to make hijrah to a land where you are better able to practice Islam. It may be within the country that you are. It may be within a city, or within a state, or from one state to another state, or from one country to another country. The hijrah itself could come in a number of different formats. And one makes that decision and does the hijrah for the sake of Allah. And if one does so, and again some people question, well, if you make the hijrah and then you find a place that is better than the place that you went to, are you allowed to make another hijrah? Yes. It doesn't mean because you have made your first hijrah that's it, you're fixed, that you made your hijrah, you have to stay and stick it out. And no. Or some people were asking, I know, they went and made hijrah to some countries in the Muslim world, and then they found it very difficult. And they found things they didn't expect, and they found it was really not a good situation. So they had to come back to America. And people were telling them, you made hijrah and came back, and this is haram, you can't do this. Well, no, of course. If you go and you find that you're not able to do what you set out for, then of course you go back, regroup, work a bit more, get some more money, and give another try. Because it's not like the days of the early Muslim state, which spread, across much of Africa, Asia, and Middle East, where a Muslim could move freely. You go to a place and you stay there. People came into Mecca for Hajj and they just lived there. They never went back. It's not like that. If life is not comfortable in the place you are, you don't have the right to stay there and live there, because new rules have been put in place where you're not a citizen, quote unquote a citizen, then you don't have certain rights. Though it is not in keeping with Islamic teachings, because of course every Muslim should have the right to live anywhere Muslims control the lands.